All right, welcome back, guys. Today we're gonna cover Dubsado, which is actually a really cool tool for virtual assistants specifically. And I'm gonna talk about this in two ways. So before we get started, let me share my screen. Here it is. Okay, so I'm here on the Dubsado website, and the reason I'm starting on the website is because this is actually a super cool tool for you as a VA to use in your virtual assistant business. So Dubsado is essentially a let me just make sure okay, it's a software for creative service-based businesses. Okay, so it's everything from a CRM, calendaring tool, workflows, it integrates with your website. There's just so many different things, and we can kind of review the features here. You can get paid through it. You can send invoices, accept payment, send forms, create proposals, contracts, schedule appointments. So just if you're thinking about a virtual assistant business, those are all things you need in your business. So this is a super cool platform to use as a virtual assistant. And they actually, I've been on this website before. Let me see where they actually market to virtual assist. Oh, here it is. Management event, virtual assistants, streamlining operations for event planners, project managers, and coordinators of all types. Can't read today. So there's just like, there's testimonials in here from people who use this like virtual assistants, or as virtual assistants. Here you can read about it. Dubsado makes everything streamlined, and my clients love the process. I especially love that I don't have to send clients the same information over and over. They can just refer to their client portal for everything. So it's just like a cool platform for you to consider as a virtual assistant. Without further ado, I'm gonna hop on over here, and I'm just gonna stop share and share the screen again. Just want to make sure that you guys can actually see my screen. Okay, cool. I actually recorded a whole video on Zoom, and it looked like on my screen you guys were able to see what I saw, and it was just a blank screen. And I was like, what a waste of like 10-15 minutes of talking about how to use Zoom, right? Anyways, so we are here in Dubsado. Let's go to the dashboard. So you can see there's an out of office notice right now. However, you could normally on the dashboard, you would see upcoming events, things like that. There's a projects tab, which each client essentially is a project. So all of this is actually not, let me just refresh it. Oh, of course. I'm just gonna log into Dubsado. Okay. All right, awesome. So we are on Dubsado. So this is what it's really supposed to look like. So your dashboard will essentially show you your goals, your open invoices, revenue indicators, all that good stuff. You can see a schedule on there. So it's just a place that has everything in one, your financials, your tasks. And then if you hop on over to projects, this is where you can see like, so for this specific company, it's like home consultations, home organizing. Each one of those is a project, but you could essentially, and then you have the clients, right? So you could have, let's say your client has a project to research something, whatever it might be, right? So you could label the project research, blah, 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 and then the client, and then it will go under their client account. You could do a due date, the budget, all of that good stuff in here. So it just makes everything so strategic for your client. They can log into their portal. They can see, all right, we have all these outstanding projects. These are how far along we are. This is how much it's going to cost me. All of that good stuff, right? So that's kind of an overview of projects. And then you could go into a project and see details like invoices, forms, appointments, workflows, like all that good stuff, the more contact details, yeah, more details, like if there's been any communication back and forth on the project, all that good stuff. Reporting really is like where you can see overall reports about your business, like invoicing, transactions, chart of accounts, general reports, project reports, all that good stuff. Calendar, we kind of saw it on the home, but it's essentially where you can go book. And this actually integrates with your Google or Outlook calendar, which is really cool. You can set your availability, so you just have a ton of options. And it's just all in one place. So you could spend your entire day just in Dubsado, never have to go look at your Outlook or Google Calendar, which makes it really neat and intuitive for virtual assistants. Tasks is essentially like a task list. So if you needed to, whatever your task is, it could be a client specific task or it can just be a general task. You can create this long list of tasks. So as a VA, task lists are everything. You have to remember what your client's asking you to do. And so this is fire. Tasks and being able to manage them all in one place as a long list is just so valuable. Dubsado does also come with like a couple utilities, so like form list. So this is where actually, remember how I said you could do forms with Dubsado? This is where you can have like your client intake form, your new client project request form as a VA, just like any form that you need, you can have it here. And then you have the option to just send it to your client directly or to integrate it on your website or on a web page. You do also have your address book, which is really essentially the list of clients, right? Time tracking, which is cool. So I love time tracking. I'm a huge fan of it because, and this is whether you're hourly or not hourly, but as a VA, I think you want to know how long a specific task takes you because you do not want to be underpaid. Okay, so whether or not you're charging by the month or by retainer or by hour, always track your time. Know how long stuff takes you to do. Know what your time is worth. Make sure you're charging the client accordingly. So this is just another added bonus that Dubsado offers. And then templates. So scheduler template is the beta, but this is actually cool because it's essentially, we went over Calendly in a different video. Dubsado literally has Calendly integrated in Dubsado. Okay, so you can set your schedule here. So we have one, for example, like a virtual strategy session. It's this long. They can book it 60 days in advance, and it's always on Fridays 10 to 3 only, right? You can put the Zoom link, all that good stuff, and then you just set this up in an automation as a workflow, where the client then gets an email. Oh, it actually does it for you. So schedule an appointment, it'll send this to the client, they can schedule it, and then post scheduling, they'll get a confirmation email. So that's a really cool new feature they added on. We talked about forms. You can see all the different types of forms. Canned emails are essentially pre-written emails that are standard templates. So like if an hour reminder or 24-hour reminder email, client feedback form, a follow-up email. So there's just like so many. And you know what's the coolest thing about Dubsado? They give you a ton of templates to have right when you open an account. So being a virtual assistant, Dubsado really is made for virtual assistants and other creative type businesses. Highly recommend you check this out and see if it's a fit for what you're doing and how you're running your business. Packages. So you can have different packages. So she, for example, has a home organizing package, product sourcing package, shopping and returns, friends and family discounts. So you have different options that are easily assigned to clients, and then they just go pay the invoice, so they're already like a whole automated process. So for a VA, for example, like to translate this into the VA world, you could have a 10-hour a month package or something, 20-hour, or however you set this up, like a $3,000 retainer package, or I like to work hourly, so let's say it's like a 20-hour package, 10-hour package, 5-hour, and so you just set this up however you need it with the pricing, assign it to a client, they pay, you work. Super easy. Workflows is essentially automations, okay? Workflows, automations usually go hand in hand. They're the same thing, but this is where you can set up like out of office notices, lead capture, email automations. So what this is like, for example, here we have an out of office notice, August 18th through September 2nd. And then what it does is when someone fills out a form on the website, it automatically sends an email, hey, we're out of office. And then the email is set up in canned emails and you just connect it to this automation. And then here we can actually go into this because I promised the client I would set this up for them. So we don't need to do any of that. So it's going to send an email. We already have the email connected. You can see send email 0 days after workflow started. And then email to send is the thank you for your inquiry. This is the email. Okay, just click apply. And then what we want to do is go back. So let's go back to workflows, and then we need to make this alive. So I'll do this at a later time, but this needs to essentially be set live because it's set up to immediately after the workflow started. So we need to connect the form to the workflow, right? So that when the form on like the client inquiry website form here, when it gets filled out, it needs to be connected to this so that during this time period, this email automatically sends out to the client. So there's tons of different workflows you can do and connect throughout Dubsado. And then payment plans is another cool option. So if you offer something like that, like packages or payment plans, it does have that feature as well. So this is just, like I said, a super cool software for virtual assistants to look into, but also be familiar with because clients do use this. This is a client account, like it's not my account. This is one of my clients that uses Dubsado, and so yeah, I just thought this was a super cool software. I was excited when I learned about it, and I'm excited to share it with you. So if you guys have any questions specific to Dubsado, please comment them below. I will get them answered for you, and then like and follow this video, and I'll see you on the next one.